Ask Reddit. What improved your quality of life so much, you wish you did it sooner? Sleeping when I'm sleepy. Instructions unclear. Fired from work. Stopped watching the news. Life's way better without it. 43-year-old. Started exercising regularly again 4x a week. Forget the physical benefits for a minute. The mental benefits outweigh the gains all day. Learning to be okay with saying no and starting off all relationships, personal and professional, with healthy boundaries. You don't ever need an excuse to say no to if you don't want to do something. Don't feel like going out with friends that night. No thank you. Don't want to work an extra shift at your place of employment if it's not mandatory. No thanks boss. Boundaries are amazing, and when set from the beginning, they are much easier to maintain for your own mental well-being. Edit. Well, this has become my highest upvoted comment. Thanks to everyone who responded with stories related to boundary setting. And stay strong if you still struggle with this. Quitting smoking. I couldn't imagine life without it back then. But man, is life better without a constant need like that. Not to mention all the health benefits. Letting my pride and ego take hits. I used to have been such a me person in my early life. When I allowed myself to be taken down a peg or two, I started having new perspectives on life and people around me. Edit. I don't have words. Thanks so much. Throwing out all my socks and buying a single type. No more looking for pairs. Flossing. I never saw the dentist as a kid, and no one really pushed me to or cared about my dental health. Cutting out alcohol. I don't criticize anyone who drinks, but I was a problem drinker. Stopping that cycle improved everything about my life. Deleting all the people from high school I don't see anymore from social media. Eating healthy. It's amazing after you realize how much you feel like shit after you just took down a double cheeseburger, extra large fries, and a large Coke. But at the time, you don't realize it and just think you're tired. Good eating habits and exercising changed my life. Drinking more water. Edit. Thank you everyone for the awards and upvotes. Cutting out toxic friends. After years of knowing someone, it can be hard to see that they are no longer the person they were when the relationship started. My childhood best friend grew into a manipulative, selfish prick. For years I hung out with him almost every day after work and always felt miserable afterwards. Everyone around me questioned why I still spent time with him. I always made excuses that seem ridiculous in hindsight. I should have cut ties 10 years ago. Seeing a therapist. My dad died when I was 16 and I never saw or really talked to anyone about it till I was in my 30s. So many years wasted being angry and sad. I was very shy and self-conscious, but at some point I started just living how I wanted. I already wasn't popular, so what was I risking? Girls still wouldn't be interested. I guess I just started doing things I'd been afraid to do before, including being more outgoing. I know this sounds like generic advice, but it really worked for me. Every time your brain says no, that wouldn't work out, or no, what would people think, or any other version of no, don't try. It's a perfect opportunity to do something you feel drawn to. Dye your hair pink. Try painting even though you know you'll suck at it. Fart and then say it was me. Okay, maybe not the last one. Independent blankets for my wife and I in bed. Incredible how much better you sleep when there's no waking up with blankets pulled half off or using one that's too heavy or too light. I'd highly recommend for anyone that sleeps with a significant other. Edit. Holy cow, this blew up. Thanks for the awards. Losing 200 pounds. Edit. Lol. You guys had fun with this. To answer everyone's question, I meant weight. Former 397 pound fat chic here. Never even seen a British pound. Lost the 200 on my own through diet and exercise. Then about 24 pounds of excess skin had to be removed surgically. Buying a wardrobe of good quality, properly fitting clothing that I actually like. Agonizing over what to wear every morning because this doesn't fit properly. This one has a stain. I just wore that yesterday. I don't like how this sits on my body, would start my day off very badly. Edit. Thank you so much for the awards. I really appreciate it. Permanently placed my phone on do not disturb. Allow calls from contacts. This one change saved me from constant disruptive unwanted calls. Life is good on No Ring Lane. Accepting at 28 that I was a very emotional guy and letting myself cry whenever I needed to. I swear I cried constantly for about a year straight, as if catching up on all the feelings I repressed my whole life. However, it tapered off about a year ago and it kinda sucks. It's as if I literally grew thicker skin through truly allowing myself to feel the painful things I felt, and it's become increasingly difficult to cry like I used to. It felt really good to just let everything out. Learning to get over myself. Nobody cares what I do. Nobody is looking at me. And why should I care if they are? Nobody outside my circle has enough context to make accurate judgments about how I live. So why am I trying so hard to justify my decisions? As soon as I adopted that mindset, being alive got significantly less shitty. I do my best to be a decent person and to take care of myself. And the only opinions I care about are mine, my partner's, and my therapist's. Getting your teeth fixed. Edit. Thanks for the awards, kind strangers. Getting a good mattress makes a world of a difference. Roomba. OMG, not having to sweep dog cat hair daily is such a blessing. Edit. Lots of replies. It's 4:30 AM. I'm on my phone instead of PC. Thanks for the awards. To answer the more obvious questions, it's an iRobot Roomba 694. It has not sucked up dog poop, but it cleaned up cat vomit, only leaving a little on the floor, like a mop or spray and rag would need to be used anyway. The dirt tray has a microfilter and a collection area. You push one button and it comes out and you dump it in the trash. It does get under my dining room table because it just barely fits through the chair legs. It does get stuck in my cabinet, but I have it running when I'm usually home for lunch and can save it. It works on hard surfaces and carpets. Mine does not map the room that I'm aware of. It does not have a forward sensor at all. Just bumps into things and senses that way. That's all. It's actually amazing how much more energy and satiation I get from homemade unsweetened oatmeal versus the stuff from the packet. Breathing exercises. Focusing on really deep exhales. After about 10 minutes my whole outlook for the day changes. Setting my own boundaries after realizing that when I didn't, people set them for me. Money. And I really don't mean to be a smartass. The difference between a life with no financial stress versus a life with financial stress is breathtaking. Seeing both poverty and financial success has made me realize just how unfair life is for those with little money. The system really has to change. Electric toothbrush. Much easier and cleans 100x better. I have no problem brushing for the recommended 2 minutes because my hand arm don't get tired from having to manually brush. More of a woman thing. Using cups instead of tampons and pads. That was life changing. I no longer feel absolutely gross down there for 7 days out of every month, or have to deal with dry tampons. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe for more Reddit content.